Sure. Still at 19. They can eat food. Oh. Ugin!
Nice.
You just gotta play Ugin in every deck, you guys. People are so savage. And that is the meta we live in. Oh, this game's over. Well, howdy, partner. Welcome back, and thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. We're back with something really special for you guys today. We've taken down our highest confirmed kill yet. Mythic rank number 4. We got you, bruh. This is probably one of the best matches I've played in my life. Back and forth. I thought for sure we were gonzo multiple times, but we actually pulled through and got a really exciting win. And not only that, but we face off against our one and only nemesis within the game. WotC is an evil corp, right? We faced off against this person 5 times in the last 2 days. So, you know, we're really getting to know each other quite well. So really fun matches for you guys today. Of course, if you're not interested in the deck breakdown, jump right into the gameplay footage with the chapters. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to all of your friends so they don't miss out on this goodness. And now let's get right into it. I called this deck I Give Up because when we make 2 brand new decks a day, I run out of ideas. Typically, I stay away from rogues. I was staying away from Yorion because the one and only master of Magic CGB has really taken care of those 2 sectors quite well. So I'm trying to help provide value in other areas of Zendikar Rising, but I give up today. I want to play on a yacht named Yorion as well. Set sails in high tides. So I'm really looking forward to breaking down the deck for you guys. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to a friend, and download Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant for free if you're on Windows. In the link below this video, you'll get metagame analysis, statistics of your decks, your collection, stats and stuff as well, so you can see how much farming you have left to do. So really cool stats available within the assistant, and again, that's available for free to everybody on Windows within the link in the description below. Breaking down this deck now. This is an Azorius-based deck, which refers to the color combination of blue and white. We are running a very control / mid-range aspect of it. It is between the two because we have things in the deck like Archon of Sun's Grace, Yorion that can deal heavy flying damage quite nicely, but you know, those aren't the main goal of the deck. The main goal is to just kind of control the matches and start getting a bunch of value throughout your cards, right? So, you know, you can kill your opponent in the air, but that's not necessarily how the deck seeks to get its victories. And we also have a, that sub-win con also within our Thassa's Oracle through self-mill, which is quite nice. So we're going to break down all of that and more. I know it may sound overwhelming if you're brand new to the game. Don't worry. Here at Hello Good Game, we've got you covered. We're going to get you guys playing some of the best decks as effectively and as efficiently as possible for, a relatively new player to or Magic and Arena in a whole. So, 4 copies of Glass Casket. This is an artifact for 2. When it enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater until the casket leaves the battlefield. What's really nice about the casket is the fact that it can exile things that are tokens, right? So tokens have a 0 converted mana cost, and when they go into exile, they cannot re-enter play. So, typically the downside to the casket is when it leaves the battlefield, your opponent gets that creature back. But if we're taking care of tokens with the casket, they're not getting anything back. And we're using Yorion, which I'm sure you're familiar with. If you're not, we'll touch on it later, to bounce everything back to play again. So we can, take multiple tokens with this, which is very, very nice. 4 copies of Negate, counter target non-creature spell. This is instant speed, protection from Ugin, protection from other counter magic as well, right? So, if you want to play your Yorion or something, and your opponent has a counter spell like Drowning the Lock, well, here's a Negate for that counter. So I've been running Negate in all of my decks that have blue right now. Not only does it counter the Great Henge, it counters Embercleave, it counters Ugin. Most of the late game threats that will absolutely annihilate you, it counters. Genesis Ultimatum is another, right? So the list goes on and on. 4 copies of Omen of the Sea, an enchantment with flash. When it enters the battlefield, scry 2, then draw a card. We can pay 3 once it's in play to sacrifice it, scrying for an additional 2. This is amazing. You know, we run a 60-card deck, so we're looking through our deck quite quickly because scry 2 plus a draw is 3 cards, and we're bouncing this with Yorion later, so, you know, we're really shuffling, or rifling, I guess is a better word, through our deck. Thassa's Oracle, a single copy of this. This is our alt win con, a 1/3, and when it enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. Put one of them on the top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library. If X is greater than your devotion, or to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. Yeah, so typically not a card I play with. This is why I'm a little bit unfamiliar reading it. You'll have to pardon me there, but it allows you to basically look at the top, however many cards equal to your devotion, and then if, you know, that card is not equal to the number of cards in your library, you'll actually win the game. So, very, very cool. I mentioned that we're only running 60 cards, so we're basically drawing a lot, and very frequently. So the self-mill is totally viable, and it may just come down to it, right? So you don't want to box yourself into a corner too badly, and you know, having a backup plan can never hurt. So that's why we're only really running 1 copy of it. We can bring it back from the graveyard if it does get milled or something happens to it, and you know, again, it's not a necessity, but it is just like kind of that backup plan, and it gives you you know, an insurance policy, especially against a mill meta, which we currently find ourselves in. So really nice things there within Thassa's Oracle. 4 copy of Banishing Light, an enchantment for 3. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. The nice thing here is it can take anything, non-land, so whether it's taking a creature, an enchantment, an artifact, a planeswalker, it really does it all, which is quite nice. And then, of course, we can bounce it a little bit later on with Yorion as well. 2 copies of Ashiok's Erasure, another enchantment. A 4 converted mana cost card with flash. When it enters the battlefield, exile target spell, and then your opponent can't cast spells with the same name as the exiled card. When Ashiok's Erasure leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to its owner's hand. This is quite nice, but we need to really prioritize it on things that can deal with itself. So, obviously, Ugin can minus and deal with itself. Any other exiles deal with it quite nicely. So, Elspeth Conquers Death, Banishing Light can attack our Ashiok's Erasure. So we really want to make sure that we're taking the threats out of our opponent's deck that deal with our Erasure, or else they'll just use that other card to deal with it and get the original back, right? So you see how that works? 3 copies of Thassa Deep Dwelling, a 6/5 indestructible. As long as your devotion to blue is less than 5, it's not a creature. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 other target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control, which is quite nice. We can also pay 4 to tap another target creature, which in a control deck can become quite relevant as well. So, you know, basically bouncing any of our creatures that we want, and it becomes quite a nice blocker for us as well. And, you know, what may be most understated on the card, but probably most important, is the ability to tap our opponent's creatures for 4. 4 copies of our Archon, Sun's Grace. This is a 3/4 flying and lifelink. Pegasi we control have lifelink. It also has Constellation, and whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under our control, create a 2/2 Pegasus, which is nice. It also has flying, and will have life gain as long as the Archon remains in play. All of our deck consists of enchantments. You know, we have Omen of the Sea, we have Banishing Light, we have Ashiok's Erasure, Thassa is even an enchantment. All of these things will trigger our Archon of Sun's Grace, making 2/2 Pegasi, and then we can, you know, kind of mid-range our opponent and get them with our flying creatures in the air. Speaking of flying creatures in the air, Yorion the Sky Nomad, we have 3 copies of this in the deck. It's a 4/5 with flying, and whenever it enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents you own and control. Return those cards to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. Absolutely. This bounces, you know, absolutely everything we have as long as we need it. We talked about the caskets exiling tokens, and then the tokens can't come back. This will allow our Yorion to bounce the casket to grab another token or another creature in general. Thassa's Oracle can be bounced for the ETB effect of looking at the devotion equal to X, and then if X is more than the cards in your deck, you'll win the game. Plus, you just get the draw and scry, which is really, really nice. You know, stuff like our Elspeth Conquers Death is really good to bounce as well. Saga for 5. When it enters the battlefield, exile target permanent and opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. Next up, non-creature spells your opponent cast cost 2 more to cast until the end of your next turn. And finally, return target creature or planeswalker from your graveyard from the battle or from the graveyard to the battlefield with a +1/+1 or a loyalty counter on it, which is quite nice, right? So we're bringing things back like our Archon of Sun's Grace, like our Yorion, to get that air presence again and just the absurd value that they hold in with the game. 3 copies of Shark Typhoon, an enchantment for 6. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an X blue shark creature token with flying, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. You can also cycle it for 2+X, and when you do, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying, which is, you know, obviously your better route. But if you can, you know, get away with hard casting it, that's going to win you the game. But you do need to make sure that your opponent doesn't have answers for it first. 3 copies of Emeria's Call for 7 sorcery speed, creating 2 4/4 white angel warrior creature tokens with flying. Non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible until your next turn. We can also have it come in tapped to add mana, unless we pay 3 life, and then it comes in untapped. At Castle Ardenvale, we can tap for 5 to make a token. 11 plains, 3 Castle Vantresses, tap for 5 as well to scry 2, and then 7 islands. Playing best of 1 today. That's the deck list. Sorry for butchering it. It's very late. We had internet problems all day, and typically I'm in bed right now, but I gotta keep that workflow going, you guys. 2 videos a day, and I will not stop. So the deck strategies and synergies here are relatively straightforward. You want to get as many enchantments in play as possible, and you bounce them all with Yorion. This is like you just replayed 5 to 10 cards, which is going to win you the game just on value principle alone. If we have an Archon of Sun's Grace in play, all of those bounced enchantments will re-trigger, creating a whole field of Pegasi, also allowing us to smash in mid-range style. So a couple easy ways to win that way. You can also make your Shark Nation if you get it hard cast safely. If not, you're in these really grindy control matchups, in which case your Thassa's Oracle may be your way out, right? We're using Yorion to bounce Omen of the Sea multiple times, allowing us to draw. Thassa can bounce Yorion for us as well, so we can really draw through our deck quite quickly. So that's quite nice. So, you know, you guys are really going to enjoy today's gameplay footage. We're going to start out with our second match of the day, which is against the Mythic Rank number 4, which was... This is such a good match. You guys are really going to enjoy this. And then we have, you know, a little bit of a different list for our second matchup against our nemesis, WotC's and Evil Corp. They showed us the light. You know, we had a list very, very similar to this, and they dominated us with, you know, a very, very close mirror list. So we had to make a couple changes, right? And, you know, big shout out to them for providing us with that inspiration and big old beatdown, baby. Again, if you guys want to support the channel, I encourage you to do so, liking the video, subscribing for even more content so you can come back and like more videos. The watch time is great, and you can go above and beyond through Twitch, Patreon, YouTube, and even purchasing things through our Amazon link. That's going to be in the pinned comment down below, you guys. So thank you all for your time and attention. I hope you enjoy this deck. I know I definitely did, especially after this match here. So take care, enjoy, and we'll see you in a few minutes with our wrap-up thoughts. Alrighty, so we've made the edits that we wanted after that last match. You know, a little bit of oversight on my half for not including Thassa. She's there now, and we've got a couple Elspeth Conquers Death. So let's see how we make out with the updated deck list that I think is an improvement. You guys will have to let me know in the comments below, of course. And we do have these Thassas. Sorry, these Omens and a single Thassa. Mono green. Food in the house. Love it. Ashiok's Erasure's quite nice. It's not going to hit next turn, though. We have a Negate, but it's not going to be the creatures that we're worried about. So, yeah, not good, not good. We need to exile their trolls or the oven. Obviously, we have to go for the oven first. as it can interrupt our exile on the trolls and just sack them for food. They can play for 4. Not overly worried about it. Trail of Crumbs, I think, is worth a negate. Right, so that actually comes in really handy. That's a draw engine for them. They still have 2 available mana if they have another. No, when we get our first Yorion, which is nice. Now we hold up our Omen and our Ashiok's Erasure. We have a lot of work to do here. Crawling Barrens is actually disgusting. Witch's Oven is pretty gross. We could just Banishing Light it though. And save our Erasure for a threat. Like the Wicked Wolf. LOL. Alright, so I think that's a really good pickup for us. Sitting on 4 mana. Let's grab the Oven. And now we have our Omen. They have 4 cards in hand, 4 mana in play, 5 mana. Straight to our turn for the Omen, that's really nice. Worst case, Yorion bounces Omens. I don't think we need 2 of them. Right? That's a little awkward. 1 is okay. Just waiting on them for a second here. They could have something instant speed. Maybe they do? A Wilt? Archon in play. Nice thing about playing Thassa on top of the Archon is she is an enchantment, so it'll trigger the Archon. They create food and they use it as the mana. We can always bounce the light, give them the Oven, and take the troll. Or no, that won't work. Because their Oven will be untapped and then they could just eat the troll. Okay, so here's the troll. This is kind of Let's just try to get some value going on. I'm still going to allow it to re-enter, even though we're just going to take the Oven again. So it triggers the Archon. They could kill the troll here, but we're not sure that matters at all. We're going to take the life gain. They don't have reach, so as much life as we can get, we'll try to do that, right? Take the Oven. Then we get the Pegasi. And we get the Scries and Draws as well. Right, we're just going to try to beat them down in the air really quick now. I like that Erasure. And I like that Conquer's Death a lot. That's really good for us. that can take the troll unless they play another oven. Ooh, it's actually gonna take the henge, I guess. Goose for the draw. Okay, this got more difficult here all of a sudden. No blocks. We just take it. I know, it's awkward, but we've got a lot of life gain. What's going on here? Shark Typhoon, that's fine. The draw through the hand is really good. Just a land. Triggers our Archon. We gotta take the henge. Right? Just a huge hit. All I have is the geese to block. Make food. It's a fair amount of damage. We have them down to 10. We go up to 25. We have a chump blocker for the 6/6. And we hit for another 2/4. Yeah, we've got lethal on the back end unless they're removing us here. We have Elspeth Conquers Death to bring, you know, whether it be Yorion or the Archon back into play. I don't even think we need to stop this damage, really. Sure. Still at 19. They can eat food. Oh my. Ugin!
To act rashly
You just gotta play Ugin in every deck, you guys. People are so savage. And that is the meta we live in. Well, this game's over.
all creation can be undone.
That was looking so promising for us. We had lethal next turn. Oh, just a casual Ugin. No big deal, right? Ah! Sure, man. +2. Isn't that ridiculous?
Ignore my draconic talents.
That's too much. We're tapped out, too. Yeah, take the damage. Isn't that fun? They have lethal next turn. One, two, three, four. Another ECD off the top, please. Ooh, Banishing Light. Now, if only they didn't have 2 Witches Ovens. You know, we gotta take Eugene out. Get him out of play. And,
I have greater matters to attend to.
I do not know how we're gonna do this. We can cycle for 5. Okay. But they have a lot of life gain and food. This hurts. Like, I'd like to just smash them in the air. Oh. We're gonna have to chump block Crawling Barrens. Nice. Okay. But maybe they put all their mana into Crawling Barrens, and they don't have enough over for food eating. Take the hit, down to 2. The Wicked Wolf is gonna kill the shark, and then we don't have lethal anymore. Good play. Now we only get to cycle for one. But because, oh no, we need a blocker for the Crawling Barrens too. Right, and we don't have enough to Ardenvale plus Banishing Light. So we hit with the bigger of the two sharks. We make them sack the Troll King, which they can only play on their turn. So it's gonna have Summoning Sickness, right? He won't hit us. It's unfortunate, but we need to at least do our best, right? And Thassa does nothing for us here. LOL. I guess that's it's just dead mana if we don't. Calling Barons again. Submit 0, LOL. Don't bounce your tokens. Mono green food is just so powerful right now. Crawling Barons in play. You know, we get that chump block like we needed. Like we had to have. And they can eat food to gain life, which sucks. Right? So even though we're doing our best, it's still like, you know, pretty far out, man. Oh! I think that does it, doesn't it? That could really, really help us. We also have Thassa to tap stuff. Interesting. This costs 3? Costs 4, and we do not have enough for that. Yorion can block the Crawling Barons. We're going the distance at the very least, right? That brings Thassa in play as well with Devotion. Oh my gosh, yes. Bounce Banishing Light. End our turn. Submitting 0 because we need Yorion in play for Devotion. LOL. Do not bounce Yorion. Light in play. We grab the Troll King. They have to eat it with an oven. Therefore, it can't attack us again next turn. And we have an indestructible chump blocker for the Barons. Lethal in the air. Oh! Alright, here comes the gaining of life through the food, right? They know that. Woo! What a match back and forth. This is incredible. Against the rank number 4 player in the world! Woo! I love it. Our opponent goes first, and it is our beloved matchup. It's his chance, you guys. We beat him 3 times yesterday. It's only fair that he beats us here today. They're playing nice and slow. These are all good cards. I like the land. That's pretty cool. We can hardcast a Shark Typhoon. That could be a lot of fun here, I think, maybe. Unless they have bounce effects. Owl. Not super threatening. puts us at 5. I guess we just cycle a shark into their face. Right? Trade 3/3 shark. Nice. Cycle our shark. Yeah. We are in trouble. That's really nice. Let's just take it. As long as our midnight clock pops with value, we are going to be okay. Another. Nice. We could go to 7. I'm going to be so greedy. Super greedy. Nice. That's why you're not greedy, kids. Not good. We just need another shatter. We should have cycled it for the chump block, like we did the last time. Angels can block. It's not good though. It's not good though. I mean, there's pretty good chances that we'll find an answer. Birth of Malatus. The Pegasi are annoying, but at the end of the day, not the end of the world. They take our clock. Nice. Ouch. Alright, this just changed up a lot. Ah, never mind! I'm trying to juke them into taking it. Oh. Doesn't really matter. We just gave them a bunch of life there. We have 17 life. We need a break, so let's try to slingshot this. Perfect. Watch them Banishing Light it immediately. Right, now let's clean the old one up. Now we should be safe from that. They get a turn here because we have no Erasure up to protect us, but what I would really like to erase is that Banishing Light. Right? So they get one turn. Let's see what they do. Their third Banishing Light. They have to recast it, which I guess is good for us. Again, if we had that spare mana. Have to be running out of threats. Oh. Karma is swift. Puts us in the exact same situation. But screw this guy, right? Let's push it. We're running out of shatters, so it's like, we cannot just cast it freely. We need to try to win in the volume game somehow. This match is garbage. What is happening? I mean, I'll take it. My own Banishing Light for once will be nice. Are you serious? They're playing our own deck against us, you guys. After the triple whoop yesterday, I wish I had something with Flash here. So they take Yorion on the instep. They can't attack. Which is fine, though, right? They're gonna leave our Ashiok Erasure. That's smart. But we can bounce it and take nothing. I get it. Look at all these Pegasi, and that's why we're keeping this, right? A lot of value, though. A lot of value. Losing our Typhoon. Sure, sure, sure. We're sitting on 7 mana. There's an Omen. It gets the draw, which is nice, so it's not really emptying their hand. They get another draw here, too. Take our Typhoon, and that'll give us a draw through the wipe. Into another Typhoon. Okay. So, again, we're vulnerable here, but it's what has to be happening because we're losing. Are you freaking serious, Dougie? And then they take their Banishing Light back on our Shark Typhoon. And they're pulling whatever they want from the graveyard. That's ridiculous. Being stuck in this reactive state is beyond unpleasant. And they have 38 friggin' life. The only way that works is if we pull a land. Alright. We're in a tough spot. Sure. Grab your 15th Banishing Light. You dirty dog! Glad we waited that out. This apparition could save us. What if they have another Exile or an Elspeth Conquers Death? We just have to pass. We have Ardenvale and our castle up. They take Yorion, but luckily the Elspeth disintegrates here, but isn't able to be bounced. What would they give us? Okay, that's fine. That's actually not that bad. Land and play. They're down to 2. Oh my god! Are you serious? Wow. Nice, bro. Too much, you guys. It's too much. This is our last shatter, and they've got a Yorion in hand. All right. This is good. We don't take this, they can just bounce it though. Right? Them being able to bounce their Banishing Lights is disgusting. And even a Yorion bounce is disgusting. Shit. Let's just stack value and then bounce our Yorion next turn. It's... Oh, we can bounce it right now. Interesting. Wanted to take the Shark Typhoon. Apparition. That doesn't matter. This doesn't matter, because there's no Pegasus in play, so... No attacks, we're playing defensively. Both of our things bounce back. I forgot all about theirs. So they'll take our Yorion, which they already had. We'll grab the Banishing Light, and then we take the token from before. Not the worst. Finally, we're gonna get our own Archon in play. That Elspeth Conquers Death is really, really good, though. Right? If they keep lacing one of those in every few turns, this match is gonna go on forever. We're holding on, though, at least. Right? We're doing our best. Another. Interesting. They don't take Shark Typhoon because they're gonna bounce Yorion, kill the other Yorion. Oh, they just take it with this Banishing Light. It's too much. Too much. We need both of these ECDs to fizzle before we do our wipe. Oh, we're gonna die if we don't wipe, though. Not good. right? The wipe is useless because they have Elspeth Conquer's Death. It's kind of outpacing our entire game plan. Right? We grab the Apparition 3/3 with the Casket again. I wish our Shark Typhoon was in play for all of that. That'd be pretty cool. 2 lands gone. You know, we're trying to hold on, but unfortunately they're just killing us. Did both of these ECDs fizzle at the same time? No. So they can bounce the second one. Oh, but they didn't bring back Yorion, but they just have another in hand. Still a match somehow. They're gonna be Yorion bounce everything or what? Just digging. They're down to 25. We're at 31. Here's the value train, baby. Choo choo. Choo choo. So we're losing our Shark Typhoon. We're losing our Yorion. We're losing our Archon of Sun's Grace. And we're losing our mines! They have 3 Omens in play. I wish. It's a few peg side tokens, that's for sure. A little bit of value, right? Yorion brings just a little bit of value to play. Right? We lose our Yorion. They didn't bounce their Banishing Lights, though, so we get to keep our Shark Typhoon. That's about the most interesting thing I've had happen. They have a full hand, though, which sucks, and we do not. Crush it. It's our last one. We saved it up. We get to draw a Plains. Yes! We should probably hit this up with Flash. 2 mana. I'm not sure what we're going to do with 2 mana. No, because it costs more. Well, it already costs more. Screw it. Let's just do it. Another Yorion would be better. This is way out of hand. This has gone on much longer than it ever should have. Want to buy Planar Cleansing? Okay. Are they gonna bounce another Yorion? What's happening? Thirst for Meaning. Just drawn through their deck. They're down to 15 cards, you guys! Another Thirst for Meaning. Down to 12. And they're tapped, pretty much. And Omen down to 11. What are they looking for? Oh my god. Stop the damage. Just surviving. This is gonna make sharks too. I wish the CMC increase made bigger sharks. That would be sick if it was a 4 shark, or 5 shark instead of a 2/2. Ooh, we can't cast it though. Not enough mana because Elspeth. The plot thickens. How do we survive these next couple? Oh, Yorion into play, we lose. Oh my god, I forgot all about it. I got so excited. I was so excited for a second. Nice. I would say we need a Yorion in our, or an Elspeth Conquers Death in our deck, but there's nothing to even grab. They've just been exiling everything! If the Banishing Lights almost don't work at this point, though. The Apparition, yes, because we just get an XX and they get a swipe at something else. And then all of the Omens. But the Banishing Lights wouldn't work because those are high-value cards that they already have. Right? What are they going to give us? A Sun's Grace to take a Sun's Grace? They're drawing. Down to 8. What a match, you guys. Oh my gosh. Thassa in play. Stop it. We've 26 cards. Oh my god, they're down to 5. Why are they still drawing? They're looking for an answer for the Shark Typhoon, I guess, right? That's all they need is Shark Typhoon answer. Taking Archon. That actually hurts a lot. 5 cards left. We have chump blockers and we can make chump blockers. Do we want to do an upkeep scry too? Oh, we can scry right now. Oh, that's self-mill? Are you serious? That was unexpected. Very depressing. LOL. Alright, so, you know, beating the top 10 Mythic player is absolutely amazing. You know, it's proof that this deck works. And, you know, big shout out again to WotC's and Evil Corp for, you know, kind of helping us tweak the version that we did have. I think Elspeth Conquers Death was something that we really missed out on the deck. I'm not sure that Thassa's Oracle and Thassa's Deep Dwelling is super needed. We could use other forms of control, but it still doesn't hurt, right? This deck is absolutely amazing as far as I'm concerned. It's performing now at the top levels. And yeah, I'm still just doing my best to provide 2 new decks for you guys every day until we get to Kaldheim. Once we do, it's going to be smooth sailing and, you know, I'll have inspiration for days. And the more sets that come out, the easier it gets to build 2 new decks a day because the pool grows and grows and grows and grows. And then finally, when rotation hits and we don't have the huge pool of cards, right, because we're trimmed back to 4 sets now, then things do become a little bit more stringent and harder. But we'll do our best, and, you know, we're having fun while we do it, which is the most important part. And I hope you guys are having fun watching. So if you did have a little bit of fun, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment your thoughts and feelings. And yeah, we'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.
Nice.